Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Star Wars Outlaws, where today, speeder restricted area, let's back up. I'm not actually planning on doing an awful lot of anything. I'm just going to be sightseeing around Tatooine, starting off in Mos Eisley. First thing I need to do is get to Docking Bay 94, where ND5 has parked the ship. Yes, that Docking Bay 94. This is the docking bay that Han Solo blasted off from Mos Eisley in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, with the Empire in hot pursuit. It's not like this is the only docking bay in Mos Eisley, but of course we are docked at Docking Bay 94. Bit of blatant fan service there. Hello, what's this? Okay, I hope you and the little one are enjoying your modified ride. Oh, this is from CeeLo, the speeder upgrade mechanic expert. She's got some stuff for me. Oh, that's nice. Presumably this means I'd have to go back to Tishara to collect it in Yeah, nope, not doing that. I've only just gotten away from Tishara with Zerek Besh bounty hunters in hot pursuit. So what did ND5 want? What's this? Here's a thing.
ND5, what's this?
A holo tracker. Used to belong to Jet Cordo, the former owner of the Trailblazer.
Oh, I thought Slira owned the Trailblazer.
You're not the first to steal this ship, Kay. Here, there's a holodisc inside. Take a look.
Hello. This is Jet Cordo. It's almost time to do this job, but first we need some precautions. That thing you're holding is a holotracker. Trade League members, such as myself, use them to find vaults to store contraband. But I've taken a couple of those vaults off the grid. No one's gonna find them, but us. Just don't lose that holotracker and the discs. Because we don't want anyone else to find these vaults and take the score. I have spoken.
Huh. Why did it shut off?
Looks like the holodisc is attuned to Tishara. You're going to have to go there to reactivate the device. It should guide you to Jet's vault.
Alright. Should be easy. Let's see what Jet left behind.
So this is a sort of long-term side quest. The legendary outlaw Jet Cordo left a bunch of stashes on various different planets, and we can use the tracker to find their locations and loot their contents, but they're all extremely well hidden. In the meantime, ND5 has another blaster upgrade for me.
Alright, what have you got for me?
These are module parts compatible with your blaster. Your VM-19 is crude, but highly customizable.
It's not crude, it's vintage.
Once installed, this conductor will let you release a powerful explosive bolt. You can use the workbench to build the module.
So, new blaster key part, the power capacitor. Do you remember in the previous episode, when I was in the bandit cave, trying to get that crate dragon pearl? There was a blockage, a rock obstruction that I couldn't get through. This will allow me to get through these kind of obstructions. You can charge up the blaster to fire an explosive bolt that will blast through obstacles. Fire it at a bunch of enemies, or just one enemy, it'll stagger and knock them down as well. Very useful.
Oh, it fits. Let's just hope it works.
If it doesn't, it'll be due to your inexperience and lack of tactical.
Yeah, I get it.
I've scouted some locations where you'll find the module useful.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm gonna go see if Haas is here yet.
Yeah, I don't think I am actually. I'm going to go exploring. I want to take a look around Tatooine. Check out the sights. I'm just not sure about Haas. I mean, I know Jalen insisted that I recruit him as the heavy for the crew. And he does have a fearsome reputation, but I'm not really seeing any evidence whatsoever that he's living up to it. It's like his best days are well in the past. Oh yeah, this.
Jalen's heist has to work. I mean, Zerek Besh can't catch us if we disappear.
Yeah, they can though, can't they? And we tried to disappear on Tishara and that didn't work. It's only a matter of time before they catch up to us here on Tatooine as well. So I'm going to get as much sightseeing in as possible before that happens, starting with Mos Eisley.
Not here. Of course he's gonna make me wait.
Yeah, she's talking about Hoss. I'm supposed to meet him here in Docking Bay 94 at the ship, but yeah, screw that guy. Let's go and take a look around Mos Eisley.
Hey, got yourself in trouble with the law?
Who, me? I hope not, I just got here. I don't think I've done anything illegal yet. Oh, right, this'll be, yeah, various different places around the galaxy. You'll find, they're usually corrupt Imperial officers who will wipe your criminal record for a hefty fee. This will be something along those lines. The Abrikian Trade Tower District. So this is going to be the market. It certainly looks a bit markety. Oh, I wonder if there's another Nick's food item here. Let's take a look around.
Place.
That's one way of putting it. Watch yourself.
Would you relax? I'm from the South Stretch. I know how to handle myself.
Aside from Docking Bay 94, I'm not really... Oh, hang on, there's a dewback. Who's a good dewback? Yes, you are. You're going to get scratches. Yes, yes, you like that, don't you? Yes, you do. I was going to say, aside from Docking Bay 94, I mean, I realise I've just arrived here, but I'm not really recognising anything from the movies. Although I've recognised a couple of things from the games, and when I say game, I mean one in particular. Star Wars Galaxies, which I played the shit out of back in the day. And I'm recognising a couple of things here. There's a sort of gate that we passed on the way in. Mos Eisley doesn't really have a gate. But there's a sort of arch that you can drive through on the way in from the Jundland Wastes. And that's here. Curious to see where they're drawing all of their inspirations from. So let's take a look around. Where are we? So there's a trader down there in the market next to the trade tower. Docking Bay 94 is a fast travel point. Your speeder's also a fast travel point, by the way. You can leave your speeder somewhere and then fast travel back to it. But I keep forgetting to do that. So we've got the basic map layout here of Mos Eisley, but I haven't really populated it yet because I've just arrived and I haven't seen what's what. Cantina rumours, intel. The bartender would know who the best gunslingers on Tatooine are. Let's go and check that out at the cantina. Most people refer to it as the Mos Eisley Cantina. Mos Eisley's a big town. There's more than one cantina. It's actually Chalmun's Cantina. And Chalmun isn't the guy at the bar who said, hey, we don't serve their kind here. You're droids. They'll have to wait outside. His name is Wooer. He's just the barkeeper. Chalmun's actually a Wookiee. You never see Chalmun in the movies. In fact, I don't think Chalmun has ever really been seen at the cantina. They just own it. They pay somebody else to run it for them. I recognise this, the scrap pile just outside the cantina. Bunch of speeders parked there. And that is Chalmun's Cantina. Although, just refer to it as the Mos Eisley Cantina, everybody knows what you mean. There's the droid detector, although it's not active. And the cantina. Let's take a look around. I'm not expecting figuring down in the modal nodes to be playing. But... hang on, what's this? You know what's going on here, yeah? This booth.
Everyone who sits in that booth gets shot. You want that to be your final resting place, be my guest.
Don't make me drink alone.
That Twi'lek was sitting in the spot where Han Solo was sitting when Greedo tried to collect the bounty on his head. See the scorch mark on the wall? In the original theatrical release of Star Wars, Greedo was about to blast Han and Han shot first, and causing Greedo to miss, hence the scorch mark on the wall over Han's shoulder. But then George Lucas came to do the special editions, and for some benighted reason he thought that Greedo had to shoot first. But in order to make that happen, bearing in mind that Greedo's blaster was pointed straight at Han's chest, they had to animate the blaster bolt coming out of Greedo's blaster barrel at this crazy angle in order for it to miss and not kill Han on the spot. And I'm positive the guys doing the VFX for that shot were thinking, this is really, really stupid. But I mean, who's going to argue with George Lucas? So they put it in. And it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, the special editions are bullshit. Hand shot first, end of conversation.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, so there's a new contract broker upstairs hanging around at the back of Cantina, and there's a locked door downstairs that requires a seller key card. What is this?
Here.
Oh, Hut
Just don't
Cartel
tell
merchant.
anyone, okay?
I have a good reputation with the Hut Cartel. What are they selling? Ooh, the Moldor Thief Vest. Gain a large amount of adrenaline when performing stealth takedowns and increase the ability to avoid detection by cameras. So this is part of the set. Greatly increases the ability to avoid detection with 3 pieces of this set equipped. That's really nice. This is faction specific stock. You can only get it from the Hut Cartel, and you require a good reputation with the Hut Cartel to get it. They're also selling some intel, which I'm going to buy because that's going to be tips on jobs, and we're definitely having this. That is a very, very nice piece of gear. Oh, and a gunslinger belt as well. But I need bantha wool. Well, I'm on the right planet to get bantha wool, so I'm going to keep my eye open for that.
You were never here.
Let's see what else there is in the canteen. There's definitely a band playing here. This is live music. Oh, there they are. And it's not figuring down in the mobile modes. They were playing here in Star Wars. And they got a gig at Jabba's palace later in Return of the Jedi. Hang on, what's this? There's a conversation I can listen to here.
Do this every time you get lucky at the farm. Make a big fuss at the cantina and buy the most expensive spotchka to show off.
I'll drink it. I'm just getting warmed up.
If you were going to drink it, you wouldn't leave it on the bar where everyone can see it.
I want them to know I'm a big winner. Why do you care how I spend my credit?
It's a waste.
If you care so much, keep an eye on it while I go to the refreshment.
No, it's your problem.
That sounds very valuable, and it looks like something I can steal. Or can get Nix to steal for me. Nix?
Nix, over there.
Yeah, Nix understands the assignment. A fancy spotchka. I have no idea what a spotchka is, but it's a fancy one, and now it's mine. Quest item, apparently, so what's the deal with this? Top shelf bottle of spotchka stolen off a gambler in Chalman's Cantina. Could be sold for a decent profit. That's worth 100 credits. Fine. Oh yeah, my new vest. See, the thing I'm wearing at the moment, this ruffian jacket, it's not part of a set, and the only bonus it gives me is it increases pickup weapon ammo capacity, which is fine. But, yeah, sneaky. I'm going to be keeping an eye open for another 2 pieces of thief gear, which massively reduces your chance of being detected with 3 pieces equipped. Oh yeah, and I've got another trinket slot available, so yeah, what the hell. I don't have a huge number of trinkets available, but this data cylinder slows adrenaline loss over time, because I was running into that issue when I was in the bandit cave in the last video. Adrenaline rush was up, and before I could use it, it just decayed. Well, that will now slow the loss of adrenaline over time. So it all helps. And at this stage of the game, before you've gotten the blaster heavily upgraded, stealth is your friend.
Hey, where can I find the fastest gunslinger in Mos Eisley?
Why? You looking for a fight?
Nope, just want to talk to the best.
As long as you're just talking. You see Shep, over there by the band? She's an old-timer, knows everyone. Ask her.
Thanks.
Later on, with your blaster upgraded and a decent set of gunslinger gear equipped, you can basically take on entire squads of stormtroopers. Right now, though, not so much. So, sneaky gear is best.
Are you Shep? I heard you know all the best gunslingers around.
Oh, sure. Let's see. There's Mig Dryco. He's dead. Bokta the Knife. Well, she's dead. The Tejo twins. Dead. And dead.
You got anyone who isn't dead?
Blaster hands don't last long out here. There was that one pirate who used to run with the Hut Cartel. She might still be kicking.
Do you know where I could find her?
The Huts up in the southern hills might know. Doubt they'd ever tell you.
Yeah. Well, thanks anyway. Well, if they're not gonna talk to me, I'll dig up the info myself.
They might talk to you though. I now have a good reputation with the Hutt Cartel, and if you're on Tatooine, having a good reputation with the Hutt Cartel is a very good idea. Tatooine is very much Hutt Cartel territory, although the Pikes are trying to muscle in. In fact, they expanded on that in The Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett. So what's back here? Let's shut the door behind me. I don't want anybody seeing me getting up to no good. Ooh. Oh, they're asleep. Let's quietly help myself. Don't want to disturb them. Oh, hang on a second. There was more over here, wasn't there? Alright, if there's a door that I have to slice in order to get through, there's going to be something good on the other side. That looks like it's open to the sky. What's this place? Storeroom? Yeah. Alright, let's help ourselves. There's a gonk power droid there. What do we got? Transparent steel, Durasteel. Yeah. Nothing great. Oh, is that the key card? That's the cellar key card. Okay. So now we can get into the locked room in the cellar. You notice how Kay's crouched over like that? That's the game's way of telling you you are not supposed to be in here, and if somebody catches you in here, they'll be very, very upset. But it's fine. Nobody saw nothing. Right. Which way was the cellar? Down here? I think it was down here. Next to the contract broker? Yeah, this is it. Oh, what do we got in here?
Smell something, buddy?
That's the way they store all the booze. Yeah, Cantina storerooms, treasure location. And here's the treasure chest. What do we got? New speeder trophy, a band fill. In case you're curious, a band fill was a musical instrument. Nanan Cheel was one of the Biff musicians who was the band fill player for Figure and Dan and the Modal Nodes, who played here in Chalmun's Cantina in Star Wars Episode 4. I mean, yeah, okay, a speeder trophy, fine, big deal. I mean, the cellar wasn't exactly difficult to get into. I'm not really expecting to find great things in there. So, that was the Cantina. Chalmun's Cantina. I keep wanting to say the Mos Eisley Cantina, but I mean, if I say Mos Eisley Cantina, everybody's going to know what I mean. Anyway, we're done with the Cantina. I plan on taking the ship back to Wayfar and start my exploration from there. Also, now that I have an excellent reputation with the Crimson Dawn, they've got some stuff for me. The jacket that I picked up in Mos Eisley, which I'm wearing right now, is very, very good, but it's not that good without the other two pieces of the set. But once you reach excellent reputation with Crimson Dawn, they give you this full Crimson Reign set, which is a great stealth set. The vest increases your stealth and gives you a large chunk of adrenaline when you perform a stealth takedown. The gun belt also restores health when you perform a stealth takedown and increases your grenade carrying capacity. The trousers increase your crouched movement speed and make you move more quietly, further reducing the chance that you'll be spotted. And they also increase your adrenaline gain from sneaking near hostile enemy patrols. And with all three pieces equipped, any enemies caught within the radius of your smoke bomb now recharge the cooldown on your stun shot, and if you shoot somebody with the stun shot, it also refreshes the cooldown on the smoke bomb. Although you have to maintain a good reputation with the Crimson Dawn for this 3-set bonus to remain in effect. But it is a very, very good set, and it's pretty easy to get, providing you sided with the Crimson Dawn when you were on Tashara and not the Pikes. You did side with the Crimson Dawn, right? Don't worry, all of the factions do have a faction-specific set available for you when you first reach excellent reputation with them. But I do think the Crimson Dawn set is the best one to get early game because it's stealth-focused and the others aren't. The Hutt Cartel set, for example, is very, well, as you'd expect of the Hutts. It's not very subtle. I mean, it's all very combat-oriented, which is fine, but early game, Kay's kind of weak, and stealth is definitely the best way to go. You also get this little Crimson Rain satchel, sort of bandolier for Nix as well. I mean, I kind of like the scarf, but we'll try out the bandolier. And it's not a bad looking set either. And there it is.
You hot too, Nix?
Very nice. Right, so I now have no excuses for sucking at stealth. Good job, Nix. Nix is awesome.
Good job.
Right,
buddy.
who wants to go exploring? This is the Western Dune Sea. You know, for a planet like Tatooine, which is basically in the arse end of nowhere, the Western Dune Sea is Tatooine's arse end of nowhere. This is where R2-D2 and C-3PO landed when they took the escape pod from the Tantive 4 at the beginning of A New Hope. What's that? Is that a pod racer wreck? That looks like a pod racer wreck. Yeah, that's definitely a pod racer wreck. Right, yeah, well, prequel fans, this game's got you covered as well. Let's check this out. I can't specifically remember the name of Anakin Skywalker's arch pod racing nemesis from The Phantom Menace, or whether or not this is what his pod looked like, because I'm not a huge prequel fan. But anybody who is, let me know in the comments, is that it? Because I know the final stretch of the race was in the Dune Sea, and he did wipe out the Dune Sea, so that could very well be it. Let's keep looking, see what we can see. I'm expecting to see a crate dragon skeleton out here. C-3PO walked past one shortly after he split up with R2-D2, and right before... Yep, there we go. I don't know if that's the same one, but right before he was picked up by the Jawa. Yeah, that is a juvenile crate dragon. Probably killed and eaten by an adult crate dragon. Let's see if there's anything else to see. I know that Ben Kenobi's home was on a sort of escarpment overlooking the Western Dune Sea. And there are, you know, rocky cliffs. Actually, wasn't the Sarlacc out here as well? Yep, crate dragon skeleton. That's the pod wreck. Alright, let's just keep looking, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Great Pit of Carkoon, where the Sarlacc lived, was out here in the Dune Sea somewhere. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. I'm trying to think what else was in the Dune Sea. I mean, not an awful lot. There's nothing lives out here. Well, other than crate dragons. Oh shit. Even the Jawas stay clear of this place. Oh, there's something over there. Don't see. Oh, it's just a herd of bantha. Alright, well, they're not bothering anybody. If Ben Kenobi's home is out here, it's going to be on one of those cliffs, although I'm struggling to see... Whoa, okay, I just hit the map border. Alright, let's get back. Yeah, open world, my ass. Yeah, if Ben Kenobi's home is here, I mean, it's going to be deserted, because at this point of the timeline he's dead. But it's going to be on one of those cliffs overlooking the Dune Sea. What was that? Did you hear that? I heard something. It sounded big and nasty and hungry. It's probably a crate dragon. Should we see if we can find a crate dragon? I might regret that decision. I'm sure I can outrun a crate dragon in a speeder. Let's test our luck. Because I definitely heard something. Although I'm not seeing anything. And I'm certainly not seeing a way up onto those cliffs. What was that? Oh, that's a crate dragon. I found one. Hold on, Nix, we're getting the hell out of here. We will not be safe until we're on rock. When you're on the desert sand, the crate dragon can get you. Oh shit, that was close. Let's go! Oh god, I might have left this. I mean, I'm sure I can outrun a crate dragon on a speeder. Where's it gone? Doesn't look like it's still following me. There's some rocks up there. Let's just get to the rocks. Nope, it's still there. Although it seems to have given up. Phew. Well, anyway, continuing the tour, if you head south of the Wayfar, you'll come across a place that was mentioned in A New Hope. And it was actually filmed, but it only exists in deleted scenes. This is Tosche Station. Luke Skywalker was whining to his Uncle Owen about having to do his chores on the moisture farm because he wanted to head over to Tosche Station and pick up some power converters. Uncle Owen told him he could waste time with his friends once his chores were done. This is it. This is where Luke's friends, Deacon Windy, and Windy's girlfriend, Kami, hang out. And Luke met his friend Biggs Darklighter here. He'd just gotten back from the Imperial Academy where he'd been training as a TIE fighter pilot. And Biggs told Luke that the first chance he got, he was going to jump ship and join the not the Empire. He was already in the Empire. Going to join the Rebellion. What's this? Oh, it's a quest. Okay. They did actually film this. I mean, they filmed it for A New Hope, but it ended up on the cutting room floor. But they did film a scene here in the Book of Boba Fett. And this is what it looked like in the TV show. Which was based on what it looked like from the deleted scene from Star Wars. Now I know that Tosche Station was located on the outskirts of Anchorhead. Because Deep, Kami and Windy all came from Anchorhead. And this is where they would all come to hang out. Now Anchorhead isn't in Star Wars Outlaws. It was in Star Wars Galaxies. But there's something else that's located not that far from Tosche Station. There's a speeder and some people standing around outside it though, so I just want to check them out first in case I have to go in there all guns blazing, and whoever they are, they don't look hostile. Does anybody recognise this place? You probably should. It's a moisture farm that's seen better days. Looks like somebody set the place on fire at one point.
Find anything good?
You're late. We're late too.
All the best stuff's been taken already. Barely anything left.
What happened here? Seems extreme, even for bandits.
Empire. They do this thing with dissidents. Drag them out and burn it all down.
Looks like a moisture farm, not a hidden spy base.
That's because it was a moisture farm, but they crossed the Empire somehow.
This place has already been picked clean. Let's go.
Yep, that's the Law's moisture farm. That's where Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru were dragged out, shot and set on fire. This is where Luke Skywalker lived. Yeah, the Empire did a real number on this place. Because they found the escape pod that crashed in the Dune Sea with R2 and 3PO on board, and then they tracked that, or them rather, to the Jabba sandcrawler that picked them up as salvage, interrogated the Jawa, found out who they sold the droids to, then slaughtered all of the Jawa, burnt the sandcrawler down, made it look like the sand people did it, and then came here looking for the droids. And when Owen and Beru were unable to produce R2, they shot them both, dragged the bodies to the front door, set them on fire, and then torched the whole farm.
Abandoned. No surprise. I'm amazed anyone lasts out here at all.
Organics have a way of clinging to even the most meager ecosystems.
Then they put an all-points bulletin out on Luke and the droids, and then they were spotted leaving the Mos Eisley Cantina by an Imperial informant, and, well, yeah, the rest is Star Wars.
Gotta listen. Got it.
What's in here? A new accessory for Nyx, a grey scarf. Okay. Well, that's the Lars Moisture Farm. In the mountains to the north of Mos Eisley, there's another place that I'm sure everybody's going to recognise. You can't just walk in, though. They had it in Star Wars Galaxies as well, and it was a major quest hub, but you couldn't just walk in there either. There was a long quest chain that, yep, Jabba's palace. There was a long quest chain in Star Wars Galaxies that you had to do in order to unlock access to it. And it's pretty much the same here in Star Wars Outlaws, but don't worry, we're going to get to it. Because you can't just... I mean, you can drive up there, providing you at least have a good reputation with the huts, otherwise the watchtowers on the road on the way in will start shooting at you. But as long as you have a good reputation with the huts, you can at least drive up to Jabba's palace. They just won't let you in. In order to get in, there's a quest line that you have to follow, and then you have to have an excellent reputation with the huts, because Jabba doesn't let just anybody walk into his palace. That doesn't mean we're not going to try, of course. And it is a fast travel point. Here it is. And I do have an excellent reputation at the moment with the Hut Cartel, but at this point, I haven't yet completed the quest line that will allow me access to the palace. So let's go and see what happens if you don't have access. Hello? Anybody here?
Whoa, hello? Not even if I say please? All right, I heard you.
Well, it was worth a try. No harm in asking. I'm really impressed with what they've done with Tatooine in this game. I mean, I wish they'd put Anchorhead in. But other than that, I only really have one complaint. And that's Bestine. Everybody thinks Mos Eisley is the capital of Tatooine. It isn't. Bestine is. In the same way that everybody thinks that New York City is the capital of New York State. It isn't. Albany is. New York City is the biggest city in New York State, but it's not the capital. And Mos Eisley is the biggest town on Tatooine, but it's not the capital. Bestine is. And this is Bestine. And it's a real disappointment, because, well, it's basically just a docking bay and a cantina. It's supposed to be the imperial capital of the planet. And it's kind of crap. They had Bestine in Star Wars Galaxies. And it was, well, you know, it wasn't as big as Mos Eisley, but it was a decent-sized town. It had all of the facilities. And a lot of players in Star Wars Galaxies who were based on Tatooine would base themselves in Bestine rather than Mos Eisley, because it had the same facilities and it was a lot easier to get around because it wasn't as big. Well, they've definitely got the not as big as Mos Eisley bit right, but other than that, this place is a real disappointment because it's basically a shithole. There's nothing here. Oh well, nobody's perfect, I suppose. That's it, by the way. You've now seen Bestine. Yeah, don't worry. You didn't miss much. So, that about covers it for our guided tour of the sights and sounds of Tatooine here in Star Wars Outlaws. I'm generally impressed with what the game developers have done with this planet. I mean, it's not perfect. Bestine was a major disappointment, and the overall lack of inclusion of places like Anchorhead is a, you know, kind of disappointment as well. But Mos Eisley's fantastic. And they, you know, I mean, they got the greatest hits, the Lars Moisture Farm, Jabba's Palace, and they included a bunch of places that I really didn't expect to be in here, like Toshi Station, Wayfar, for example. So overall, I'm pretty happy with Tatooine in Star Wars Outlaws. We will be continuing the plot in the next episode, and in future videos you can expect to see more of iconic places from Star Wars, like the inside of Jabba's palace, for example. But I'm sure there's one question that has been uppermost in everybody's minds since we first encountered the Krayt Dragon here in the Western Dune Sea, and that is, can a speeder actually outrun the Krayt Dragon? And the answer to that question is yes. The speeder can actually outrun the Krayt Dragon, as long as the speeder gets a really, really good head start. Oh well.